I hear some people say that they want to become a truck driver so that they can see the country. And really, the problem with that is you don't get to see the country. Well, you kind of do out the window as you're driving by. You know, it's like sitting on the sidelines watching the world go by. All you see is the highways and the byways, and you can see from a distance all the sights, but you don't actually get to visit them because you can't get an 18-wheeler in there. Anyway, I just thought of that before I made this video. But before that, I noticed this calendar option, and I was like checking it out, and I was like, what is this? You know, what does this do? So I was looking at it, and I was able to go back and see where it all started. Now, this is not counting Cash App, because Cash App did not allow me to, or this system does not synchronize with Cash App. So, yeah, it doesn't show Cash App results. Hang on. Okay. So I started with Cash App around 2021, I think. Pretty sure. And I was reluctant to go to Robinhood because of what happened with GameStop. But eventually, I went to Robinhood. I had Zim, BTC, which is Bitcoin, I think. Yeah, BTC, and IRS. I don't know why I bought IRS. Probably because it looked like the IRS, but it's not the IRS. Anyway, I thought it was weird or unique or ironic. But anyway, but I mostly went to Robinhood for Zim, and I think I just threw in like 20 bucks. And just to kind of test it out. Looks like I bought Zim in November, IRS in November, and Bitcoin in December. Bitcoin doesn't pay a dividend. I think I only bought like $1's worth of Bitcoin. You know, that's how I usually start out with the digital currency, is I just buy $1's worth. The Zim, I'm pretty sure I started out, Zim and IRS, pretty sure I started out with like 20 bucks. So yeah, that's where I started. Besides Cash App.
In half a mile, keep left onto I-74 toward Bloomington.
Not including Cash App. Basically, my annual was only $3.45. And it's funny because my nephew complains that, you know, ARR and PBR and one other one that I got him into. Oh, shit. I wasn't paying attention and I missed my exit. Now I'm going to have to jump off on the next exit and turn around. stopping in 12 minutes. So, yeah, my nephew was complaining, well, I'm only making $1 or a couple bucks. Well, that's where I started in 2022. Like I said, I was making a little bit more than that because I started out on Cash App and I was only making a couple bucks. I was making a penny here, a penny there, you know. Let's go to Cash App real quick. With Cash App, I started out buying $1 of everything. So I was only making, pennies off of stuff at first, But I was getting paid almost every day. A penny here, a penny there, penny, 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 penny. After a while, that adds up. See, like today, JB Hunt paid me a penny. TXO paid me $1.12. But every day almost every day I was making money. Let's go down here before I started selling stuff. Dividend 3 cents. Dividend 23 cents. Dividend 5 cents. Yeah, it's not much, but it adds up. There's a cop. Yeah. That cop's actually doing a service instead of bullying people. Cool. It's very rare to see that. Dividend 41 cents. Dividend 19 cents. Stock or cash payout, that is a I don't know what that is. It's probably a stock going bankrupt or something. It doesn't happen very often, but it does happen. Dividend 10 cents. Dividend 3 cents. Dividend 11 cents. 9 cents. 5 cents. 30 cents. 4 cents. So yeah, it adds up after a while. You just got to keep putting money in. The lower ones are going to pay you less, but the more you got in, the more you're going to make. So yeah, let's go back up. Oh, wait a minute. Let's go back over here. Dividend $3.06 off of Bright Star Lottery. Like it says, every little bit helps. You just got to keep doing it. So I started out only making pennies. My monthly income was 29 cents. Actually, it's probably more like $1 counting Cash App. But still, it's only making $1 a month, give or take. Then 2023, I started using Robinhood more, and I I got my dividends up to $400 a year. That being said, Zim had a big payout April, and then they quit paying dividends after that. They didn't pay dividends until the next year, which kind of sucked. But anyway, and then I also had to start cashing out my stocks at the end of 2023 because I needed the money. So my monthly income was only $33, almost $34, plus a little bit extra over at Cash App. We'll just say maybe $40 a month. 50 tops, but I doubt I was making $50 a month over there. You know, $50 a month total. But you know, for shits and giggles, let's just say I was making $500 a year. That was my second year, right? Still learning. Actually, probably more like my third year, because I started in 2021 with Cash App. So yeah, so this was my third year. I was already making about $500 a year. Not too bad, you know, not too bad, just for, you know, a beginner. So I had more stocks. I had started buying higher yielding dividend stocks, about $20 of each. PBR, IRS. So, I see some of them declared they were going to pay a dividend. Like I was supposed to make $23 in July, but it never paid out. So sometimes they don't pay. And so if they don't pay, I don't reinvest. See, and that's why I do a manual drip. So, say
3 miles.
it's supposed to pay
Exit highway
23%, then it doesn't pay out. Well, I don't put any more money in. But if it does pay out, then I throw in $23. And if the stock's up for the last 5 years, I might throw in $230. But yeah, so they don't always pay. That's why excuse me. That's why you got to be careful putting money into stocks that say they pay a dividend when they may or may not. You don't know. So there are some that don't pay. I don't understand why they can get away with saying they pay a dividend when they don't. But yeah, so July, I was supposed to make an extra $23, $23.50, but I never did. There's a couple other ones where it might have been declared that I was going to get more, but I actually got less. Zim has done that also. But that was just because they couldn't afford to pay that bigger amount, so they paid less. Alright, so this is when I started going more hardcore with Robinhood. And I might have gotten into Webull at this time too. I can't remember when I got started with Webull, but I basically was, I think it was last year.
In half a mile, exit highway right.
basically what I was doing last year was I started using Robinhood as my primary, where in 2023 Cash App was my primary still. But 2024 I started using Robinhood as my primary, Cash App as my secondary, and then I got Webull for stocks that I couldn't buy at Cash App or Robinhood. And I had Schwab too. I was testing Schwab out, but I didn't really like Schwab. And I don't know when I started using Fidelity. It was either this year or last year, but I'm barely using it as well. I don't like it as much. It might be better on the PC, but on the phone, not so much. Sorry, I'm doing my logbook. Alright. I'm gonna be here for a minute doing this video, so I'm logging off. And then I'm gonna go to the bathroom after I'm done with the video. But anyhow, so 2024 took me all year, but by December I had my stocks up to where I was making $575 a year. 73. And my monthly income was about $50. So I was really proud of myself. So now, but the problem was every time I kept getting it up, somebody would do a dividend cut. You can see here where you got the blue tips. I was supposed to make more, but I got dividend cuts. I kept getting dividend cuts,
600 feet, turn left.
and so it didn't go up as much as it was supposed to go up, and it was a little discouraging. But it's okay. It still went up. So even though I was getting dividend cuts, I was still increasing my dividends. So yeah. And in December I had the big payout. I think December's probably always going to be the biggest month because, you know, like year-end bonuses and stuff like that. So here we are, 2025. So yeah, I'm supposed to make my bonuses in December. $400 is declared. So we'll see. Or not declared, it's projected. So as you can see, in January I only made like $45. Then I got it up. Then I got a dividend cut or something in May, and it dropped. And then I was supposed to make $111 in June. Oh no, that's wait, what? I don't know. Okay, yeah. So I was supposed to make $111 in June, but I didn't. July I was supposed to make $175, but I didn't. We're in August now. I was supposed to make $108, but we'll see what happens. Yeah. But next 3 months, it's gonna go up. So by how much, I don't know. We'll see. So according to this, I got my dividends up to $2,000 for this year. So I'm making $200 a month, or $168 a month so far this year.
In 600 feet, turn left.
So 1 year ahead from this month on, my projected income is $3,127. And I'll be making $260 a month. 2026 projection, $3,265 a year. $272 a month, basically $9 a day. So I'm not even making 1 hour's wages yet per day, but I'm getting there. But yeah, once I get my daily income up to like $200-300 a day, then that's when I can retire. So I got a little ways to go, but I'm making progress. And of course, I'm going to keep putting money in every day almost. It's only 7:45, so I can't reinvest. I can't start investing until because I'm on Eastern time now, I think. So I got to wait until 9:30 Eastern time. But I just got paid out with Cash App, but that doesn't register. So it's actually, the numbers are better than they are in this, on these graphs or on this deal, because it's not counting Cash App. And so I'm still getting dividends over there. It's pennies compared to everyone else. But I'm still getting dividends there. And I'm treating Cash App now as like my day trade, or I'm basically using it for day trading. So like TXO, or where did it go? TXO and JB Hunt. We'll go over here. Overall, I still got $2,533 invested. Well, but overall my stocks are up by $250 or $205, according to that. Oh, that's all my investments. So overall, I've made maybe $205. Here it says I've invested $360 or $3,600, and my stocks are down by $1,080. But if you look over here, I made $551 in dividends, And I made on the day trading side, I made $223. So as you can see here, just dividends alone, I made more money than I did on day trading. So dividends is definitely more worth it. So less risk, more reward. And of course, yeah, stocks, some stocks do go belly up, and that's where you lose some money. But yeah, overall, I made twice as much off dividend stocks than I have on day trading. So there you go. Anyway, so yeah, I'll just basically go over here. I got all of these that are in the positive set to auto sell once the price hits the high. So I go back and basically the highest it has been for the year, which is back here, that's where I set the price to sell. So at about 90 bucks, I'll be selling Kohl's stock. You know, but June I made 84 cents just off the dividend. Oh, I guess when the price hits 157, I'm gonna sell it. So I'm not desperate to sell this because I'm still making dividends off of it. But anyway, but yeah, I'm just gonna basically use it as a day trade. Once I get done day trading all of the stuff, a lot of it's down. I'm just waiting for it to go back up. And these are the ones that went bankrupt. So ARR, it's actually the one that's down the most. But if I go over here to details, so it's down $177. And I've made $114 off of dividends. So I've not broke even yet. But I keep buying every time it pays me a dividend. I'll go over here and look at the dividend yield. It's about 17%. So I'll buy $17 worth. And then if and when, so that brings my average cost down, you know, closer to the current cost. And that way, if and when it goes back up, which it did go up a little bit this year, and then it went back down. But this is a REIT. This is a real estate investment trust. So chances are it's probably going to go back up. Just don't know when. Right now, it doesn't look that good. So, but I'm buying it as it's going down, you know, $17 worth at a time or whatever. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong one. This one. So now the dividend is up to $19 or 19.45%. So when it pays out, I'll throw in $19 worth, or maybe 20. And but yeah, and then if the stock goes back up, because I'm now buying the stock in Webull, because Robinhood doesn't always let me buy it. So yeah, basically, once I get more money in here, but I can lower my stock price or my my average share price. When the stock goes back up, then I can sell it. But meanwhile, I'm making money. I haven't broke even yet. But like I said, once it goes back up, I'll sell it, and then I'll be in the positive. Before, I was buying more of it because it's a REIT. But what I need to be doing is looking at the 5-year growth. And since this one doesn't have a 5-year growth, I should have been putting in less. But I changed the way I invest now. Anyways, and then there's Western Union. That was my first dividend that I ever received, was from Western Union. And that's what got me started on my path. But their stock is down too. So, anyways. But yeah, these ones here are the only ones that I bought. Besides, there's one that's not on here. A couple probably. It's not on here. That went bankrupt. So, it happens. But I don't recognize any of these really, except for Big Lots. And I only had like maybe 20 bucks in Big Lots, and the rest of them I only had maybe a couple bucks. So I didn't lose much. And like I said before, we go back here. Details. Overall, I'm up $700, $800. So, not too bad. And that's just with Cash App. Over here, I'm up 13, almost 14%. So, my capital gains is negative $255, so my stocks are down $255. But my overall profit is $2,216. So, my total profits and losses. Wait, that don't make sense. Oh, realized profits and losses. I guess that's on the day trading side. But yeah, basically, overall total profit versus losses is $2,216. So, not too bad. Not too bad. Anyways, alright. Hope this helps. Hope this finds you well. Alright, bye.